Hi, I'm Kenny Joya. Welcome to another one of my tutorials. In this video, I'm going to show you the native instruments, Complete Start, Complete Control in Reaper. Now just like in the previous Spitfire Labs video, the Complete Control virtual instrument plugin will allow us to create many different instruments using just their plugin. And again, it's free and available for both Windows and Mac. So if we go to the Native Instruments website, we can click on the download button right here, which will take us to this page where we can set up a new account or use an existing one. And there's an installation guide right on this page for new customers. Then we'll open up the Native Access application where we can install any of the free options we want. You can choose just some of them or install all of them, which is what I did. Then, once everything is downloaded, we can quit this application and open Reaper. Now, if you remember in the previous video, I showed you a shortcut or a feature. So just right-click over here, choose Insert Virtual Instrument on New Track, go to our instruments, and choose the plugin we want to use. In this case, it'll be Complete Kontrol. Double-click it, and it opens up just like this, with a new track already in record, set to MIDI with that effect on the track. But I want to show you another feature. Let's switch this to record MIDI overdub right here. Let's quantize on the way in, right down here, and we'll set it to 16th notes and turn it on right here. And that'll quantize on the input of recording. So now we could right-click this track, save track as template, and let's give it a name, Complete Kontrol, save it. And now, to save us some time, delete this. We can just right-click, insert track from template, and choose it right here. That's going to create a new track over here with the input to MIDI, the track and record, MIDI overdub turned on, and quantizing to 16th notes turned on. It's a nice time saver for working like this. But let's get back to this plugin. As you can see over here, it's very simple to use. There's 3 different types of sounds to choose from. We have instruments, loops, and one-shots, or samples. And we can see down here, there's a whole bunch to choose from. Our loops, and our instruments, and they're categorized right over here. So if we wanted to choose a bass sound, choose it here. Let's choose fingered and digital. Then those sounds that apply to those categories show up. Just click them to hear them. Double click them to open them up. And they show up over here. And by default, we could play them on our keyboard. Now, in addition to these categories over here, we could also use the star feature. So let's say, for example, I really like this sound. Just star it, and this one, and this one. I could just choose the star right here, and just those presets show up. So it's a great way of saving and finding our favorite presets. Now, obviously, we can't go through all of these. So like in the previous video, let's build a musical track using some of my favorite sounds. And we'll start with a loop. Let's choose a chord. Let's hear these sounds by clicking them. I think I'm liking this one. So double click it, and it opens it up over here where we could play it with our keyboard. But for a sound like this, instead of triggering it with MIDI, we can just drag it in to our track. Move the plugin down here and drag the loop directly on our track. Put it on the bar and let go. And the Reaper asks if you want it to match our tempo. Let's say yes. And it puts it exactly at the tempo of our project. In this situation, I already set it up to 94 beats per minute, so it's going to play that fast. And because we dragged it in as audio, we can delete the plugin from the track. Alt on the PC, Option on the Mac. Let's give this a name. And now we have our first part. Let's add a pad to this. Once again, right-click down here, insert track from template, Komplete Kontrol. And this time we'll choose an instrument. Let's go to Soundscapes, Long Release. I think I'm liking this pad. Double click it. It opens up over here and we can play it. So let's add this to our song. Let's first create a loop up here from bar 2 to bar 6. Let's name it pad. And let's record that part. Take it out of record, and let's add another part. Right click, and this time we'll choose a one-shot single note. Let's hear them. Let's try this one. Double click it. It adds it over here. Now we can play it on our keyboard. So let's use this as a bass. Let's try another. This time we'll choose a one-shot, some percussion, and a tambourine. Let's use this one. Again, we can play it from our keyboard. Let's give it a shot. Let's try another. This time we'll choose an instrument and drums. Let's hear this one. I think I'm liking this one. Double click it. And now it's going to play that whole pattern if we hold down a key. But I don't think I'm liking the snare, so let's mute that, and the wind chimes. So it'll just sound like this. Let's add some saturation to the kick. And rather than performing This part, let's just draw it into a MIDI item. Control on the PC, Command on the Mac, and draw it in. Double click it to open up the MIDI editor and draw it in right here. And now it sounds like this. Let's loop it. Now let's add a snare. We'll go to one shots, drums, and snare. Let's try this one. Double click it. We could play it from our keyboard. Let's record the snare part. Now let's add some claps. Go to one shot, again, drums, and claps. I think I like this one. Let's put down a claps part. And then finally, let's put down a piano using the instruments. We'll choose piano keys, grand piano. Let's hear them. I think this one will work. Double click it. It adds the piano over here. We could play it on our keyboard. Now let's put down the piano part. Now all we have to do with these different parts is create an arrangement just by turning each track on and off, like this. Let's start with just the chords and bring in each instrument one at a time. And just like that, using one plugin, we created a musical part. So that's pretty much it. That's the Complete Start, Complete Control instrument plugin for Reaper. I hope you learned something, hope you can use it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.